Yo, 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 it's your man MAS, back with more Blue Lock, all right? I mean, what else can I say? This is like shonen anime at its finest, or I'll probably say like at its worst, all right? I made a previous video, why I hate Blue Lock. I'm pretty much close to the end of season 2. I'm pretty sure my sentiments hasn't changed. And here's the thing I feel like people like misconstrue, right? Like it's a amazing show. It's an amazing shonen. Like it's amazing. I just don't think it's groundbreaking. Like follow me here. Like if you know what the shonen recipe is, many of you do. If you watch my video, essentially like you're an anime connoisseur, right? You watch anime on the regular, right? Blue Lock is a disgusting depiction of that to the T. This is me making the T to the T, all right? Does it get the job done? Yes. Like it will get you, like if you love shonen, Blue Lock is 10 out of 10. Like any kind of shonen trope you could think of, that's Blue Lock. But for me, that's the issue. Like, even though I love, like the thing about shonen that I personally love is I love the underdog story, right? So nobody's saying like, oh, take that away, but like you want to see the underdog story, but told from a slightly creative, slightly innovative, like, you know, Naruto is ninjas, Bleach is reapers, essentially. Like you want to see from a different perspective, right? Blue Lock is just regular soccer players with special abilities. They're not calling it special abilities, but our weapons. Like, come on. Like, what we doing? Like, come on. Like, it's shonen at its worst. And the thing about it that drives me crazy, like, it's fine, but like, it's working. Like, people are really. Well, actually, no, I take that back. I feel like there are some people who see the real, whereas like some people really kind of hate Blue Lock, and some people just like eat it up, right? And I guess I'm erring on the side of like, yeah, like this is pretty bad. It's good, but it's bad. I said this in previous videos, but two things can't be true. Like at its core, is Blue Lock a bad show? No, it's actually quite good. The issue is, it's almost like, in my opinion, like the Squid Game complex, right? Squid Games became a cultural phenomenon. Season 2 couldn't catch up, but that's his own thing, right? But Squid Game took so many elements from different anime, and the creator of Squid Games actually admitted to that, right? Like, you know, he took elements from kanji to the T of like one scene. Like he took so many elements from kanji and other animes, but those animes didn't really get the credit. Squid Game just kind of took everything. Blue Lock, I mean, if you think about it, Blue Lock took from Squid Games too, like the whole kind of Death Lock kind of thing, but Squid Games didn't create that. I'm just saying, Blue Lock took so many elements of so many different shows, and it's like the birth child of all those different shows in a disgusting shonen, and they make a hella bread. Hella bread. Makes no sense because I've seen this story before. You know the main character is not getting eliminated. You know the main character is going to succeed. Like, it's just, to me, it's just disgusting, right? I mean, the good thing I'll say about it is like, if you like husbandos, Blue Lock is definitely like, you know, like there's different kind of like love affairs in anime, right? So Blue Lock is not a romance, but some of these connections, that what they call it, the chemical reactions between players, like this bro and bro romance, like, listen, if you love husbandos, the shonen recipe, people leveling up, you know somebody's about to level up when they have a flashback. It does, like, even though it's in Blue Lock, it's the same thing. It's the same thing with any shonen you see, right? Somebody's losing a fight, then they have a flashback, then all of a sudden they have some kind of self-awareness, break through the mode, power up. Next game, they're like back in the same hole. Like think about, like honestly, think about this, right? I don't think I've seen a game in Blue Lock, minus maybe like early season 1, where like they just flat out blew out a team. Like the team that the main characters are, like he just flat out blew them out. There's not been a game like that since maybe season 1. And even in season 1, they didn't really blow them out. Like they pretty much like, the main character's main team, like they were kind of going goal for goal, goal for goal, goal for goal. But in none of these games, if they've done a lot of these games in Blue Lock, like the series, was it the main characters on the team and it was like a blowout? Like, no, it's never that. I'm trying to tell you, realistically, that's not soccer. Like, realistically, there are blowouts. The Eagles in Washington, there are blowouts in these games. But like, they do this because they understand the shonen recipe. The shonen recipe isn't to have the main character be overpowered constantly, right? That's why you see like a lot of these, I mean, if I have to think about it, keeping it 1,000, right? That's probably why a lot of these isekais are doing so well, because shonen is like the opposite. So shonen is the underdog climbing through adversity to get to the top. Isekais, these cats are like OP from the jump. And it's just a matter of when they choose to show out or when they choose not to, all right? I mean, that's the only difference. Like solo leveling is a bit different because he technically levels up, but even still, like solo leveling is almost like the shonen recipe, where it's like, he's basically overpowered. He could just, the only thing is he could just continue to get stronger, basically, right? But these guys are constantly underwhelming, meaning like the games always have to get close before something kicks in, a gear shift in, somebody's like, yo, get off your ass, like, and then they start to like play to their full potential. But they have to do that in order to gauge the view. Like I get it, I understand that. I'm just saying, like they could have done something different. They really could have done something different, right? Maybe it wouldn't have been as exciting. I get it. Like there are limitations, meaning it is a sports anime. So granted, they didn't want to give the characters powers, but like if you're like, come on, bro. Like, if you're watching it, they basically have powers. They call it their weapons. Oh, I can see the field. He can predict my every move. His missed shot can't be stopped. He breaks away. Like, they're essentially powers. Like, people aren't talking like that in actual soccer. I am telling you. It's like, oh, his spiritual, like his awareness. Whatchamacallit, like actual soccer players don't talk like that. Actual soccer players don't talk about their weapons. Maybe it's just a Japanese soccer thing, maybe, but like just the regular populace, soccer players aren't like that, all right? But I understand that the show has limitations. So because it's still based on soccer, a real sport, and I guess they're trying to be as realistic as possible without using powers, they kind of tread the line between anime, particularly shonen anime, the things that glue people to that, and regular soccer. Right, and they try to do that. The one thing I will give them credit, which I like, is like they really embrace like the whole international aspect, which I love. So kudos to them for like making it realistic. Like, yes, there are black soccer players. Like, I get it. Like, it's focused in Japan, but I do admire them for at least keeping that aspect realistic. You know, shouting out, you know, soccer players like Messi and stuff like that. Like, yes, like it's more than just Japan, but I get it. It's a Japanese anime or Japanese focused anime. So like, they're going to be telling their story in Japan. I kind of made a similar video in regards to solo leveling, right? And like, when it's somebody's story, right, they try to be as realistic as possible, but at the end of the day, it's their story, it's their series, right? So in solo leveling, apparently all the most strongest hunters are in Korea, right? South Korea, North Korea, whatever. Probably not North Korea, but South Korea. Like, the strongest hunters are Korean. But if you think about it in its totality, Korea is not the best athletic country compared to the rest of the globe, right? So how can the hunters in Korea be the best or the strongest to the rest of the world? It's not realistic, right? But it's the same thing with Blue Lock, right? Like, you have all these amazing soccer players and they're coming off like they're exceptional. But I'm like, yo, I'm pretty sure there are other fast soccer players like Huma. I'm probably butchering his name. Like, there are other players like that outside of Blue Lock, outside of Japan. But I get it, like, because of like certain limitations, like they're trying to tell a story, so they have to highlight certain characters, be like, oh, this character is super fast, and this character has a killer shot, and this character can predict certain things, and this character can do this and that. I get it. They're trying. All I'm trying to say is that it's not unique. It's not unique, and it's pretty much shonen, but sports in every element of it, and it's disgusting. All right, but I will finish season 2, and I will continue my hate parade. But again, Blue Lock, in terms of like being unbiased as a show, it's an amazing show. It's not a bad show. It's not for me. It's just not for me. All right, like in terms of like innovativeness, putting it like in the rafters of like, oh, shows you need, this is just not for me. If you want to watch a shonen, watch Blue Lock. That shit will hook you. But if you hate shonens, do not watch Blue Lock. Do not watch Blue Lock. That shit will irritate you to the T. That's the best way I can describe it. If you hate shonen, like if you hate shonen with a passion, do not watch Blue Lock. Do not, like Blue Lock will probably drive you to do something you don't want to, like it's that bad of a shonen because it follows it to the T. But I mean, listen, that's my take. It's your man MAS. I'm out.